Schmello. It has been a while, about 10 months. Um, and I actually haven't worked on Sprouts much, but I do have a few awesome features to show. The first of which, the most relevant, is the interaction UI. So as you can see, right beside the character, when you walk up to something, it will tell you what you can do and which click you use to do that action. So if we spawn some sprouts and then use the shovel, you can still talk to them to figure out what they want with right click, but then you can dig them up and plant them. You walk up to this, it says use. You can collect from the resource trees and you can pump from the water pump to get some water. Just really convenient way to see what you can do. And the next step is the food request UI. That is already enabled up at the top there. And when you talk to a sprout, it will tell you what it wants, and it will tell you where it is. So if I pick it up, it tells you it's on the shoulder, and then if I plant it somewhere else, it will update its location. Previously, it showed up like a bubble, like the emotion there, but it was like you couldn't even tell what it was, so I changed it to be at the top of the screen, and then it stays there until the sprout dies. Um, then next up is, as I was explaining in the previous video, the lake net. I actually ended up finishing that earlier this year, like in January. And if you hold click, it'll ready the throw, and then if you release, it'll toss it in. And then any bugs that you, or sorry, any pests that you catch will come back with you when you reel it in. And then also, if you look there, it caught some seaweed as well. So you have a random chance of getting seaweed whenever you fish in the lake. This one, there's no swimming yet. Ignore the fact that I'm walking on it. This one is just a normal regular fish. And this, I believe, is a shrimp. I ended up just making it swim the same way a fish does. I might give them unique AI later on, but for easiness sake, it just swims around like a fish. um, and then the pests on the garden can actually lay eggs now. So if I spawn a bunch of pests, I think I have P. If I spawn a bunch, one of them might lay an egg. So we'll come back to this in a little bit. But the next feature, the one that actually made me quit working on this game for a while, is the recipe box. If you press tab, you can open the recipe box, and it basically just shows you every single recipe that exists. And then you can click on those to sort of explore the recipe. Oh, but just a sec, it looks like a pest laid an egg. So if you just walk up to it, it should pick it up, and you got an egg. They fly away after they lay the egg. It's kind of cute. But anyway, recipe box. If you click on these, you can explore the recipe, and I have sorting for complexity, for being very complex, and then alphabetical as well. Let's see if I go here, you can make peanut butter, make bread, you can make jam too. And these can get pretty complex, like with noodles, it's kind of crazy. Gotta go all the way through here. And you can also search. And if you've made something before, then you actually get this button here that lets you craft it from this menu rather than having to pick the resources up and take them all the way over to these. You can just press this as long as you've made it before. And it tells you what you're missing. And I actually got the resources for cereal. So it requires some sugar cane to make sugar, and then some salt and wheat, and then a coconut to make milk. I don't have the sugar cane right now, so let me go grab that. Just collect it, and then see, it will prompt you to cook it. So first, it will make the sugar, you win. And then here it's using the coconut to make milk. And then this is the final recipe, so you're making the cereal. Then if we check my basket, I got the cereal right there. Very convenient. Should save you a lot of time if you've already made a recipe before, because don't want it to be tedious, you know. Um, and actually, that's about it. Aside from changing the color of the grass, which is really subtle, but I hope it makes it look less offensive and assaulty on your eyes. Um, and we're finally closing in on alpha for the game. Once it is ready, I will upload it to itch for you all to try out and give some feedback. Uh, Basically, the only things left until then is a spice character for getting you stuff like salt, pepper, and spices. Um, and more mini games for the cooking stations because it's just press D to win and A to fail right now. That is no good. I need some actual mini games or else you're not going to really be able to experience the game I want you to experience it. Um, and then like some tutorial slides to sort of onboard you because there's a lot going on here. Once those are done, I'm hoping within the next month or two. Shouldn't take too long aside from the spice character. It'll be ready. Thank you for watching.